Officers with guns drawn ordering the couple and two small children out of the car over suspicion.
In this video, we will be discussing the shocking stories of police misconduct and excessive use of force that have made headlines in recent years. One of the most shocking examples involves a police officer in Phoenix, Arizona, who was caught on camera threatening to shoot a black family during a shoplifting investigation.
Cops heard threatening to shoot a pregnant woman.
We'll delve into the details of this case and explore what happened to the officer involved, as well as the impact this incident has had on the community and law enforcement as a whole.
Young children in her arms.
In June 2019, a police officer in Phoenix, Arizona, was caught on body cam footage making a shocking threat towards a black family during a shoplifting investigation. The video quickly went viral, sparking outrage and calls for justice. The incident took place in a dollar store parking lot, where police officers responded to a report of shoplifting.
When I tell you to do something, do.
The officers demanded that they hand over the stolen merchandise, but the family had no idea what they were talking about. Ames repeatedly asked the officers what they had done wrong and why they were being detained. The situation quickly escalated when one of the officers, identified as Christopher Meyer, approached Ames with his gun drawn and shouted, "You're gonna get F*** King shot." The officer then pointed his gun at the car where Harper and her children were seated, threatening to shoot them too. The entire incident was captured on a bystander's cell phone, and the footage went viral on social media, causing widespread outrage. The incident sparked protests and calls for action, with community leaders and activists demanding that the officer be held accountable for his actions.
I apologize to the community, but at the end of the day, there's more to the story.
The Phoenix Police Department launched an investigation into the incident.
Stop! Stop! I have a right to stop you because you're being suspicious.
Well, okay.
Turn around.
In this video, we will be discussing the tragic case of Elijah McClain, a young black man who died after being placed in a chokehold by police officers in Aurora, Colorado. We will explore the events leading up to McClain's death, the aftermath of the incident, and the ongoing fight for justice and police reform.
Now let go of me. Let's get over to the grass.
This is a story that highlights the urgent need for change within law enforcement and serves as a reminder of the devastating consequences that can result from the misuse of force.
I think he's going to feel anything.
You almost did a push-up with all three of us in this crowd.
The tragic case of Elijah McClain, a young black man who died after being placed in a chokehold by a police officer in Aurora, Colorado, is a prime example of the devastating consequences.
Lay you down, okay? Come on. Not under arrest. I intend.
On the evening of August 24th, 2019, McClain was walking home from a convenience store where he had purchased a bottle of iced tea for his brother. While he was walking, someone called 911 to report a suspicious person wearing a ski mask. When police officers arrived on the scene, they confronted McClain.
Stop right there. Hey, stop right there. Stop. Stop. Stop.
Who was unarmed and had committed no crime. Despite the fact that McClain was not resisting arrest, the officers used force to subdue him.
Stop.
Please respect the boundaries that I am speaking.
Stop tensing up. Stop. Relax.
Stop.
Including placing him in a carotid hold, also known as a chokehold. Body cam footage of the incident shows McClain crying out in pain.
I'm just different. That's all. That's all it was.
And pleading with the officers to let him go. Despite McClain's pleas and cries for help, the officers continued to restrain him for several minutes, even after he lost consciousness.
I'm going to hit him in the right shoulder.
You want some shears?
Yeah, shoulder or ass?
Either way, just
Ass is right here, man.
Okay.
When paramedics arrived on the scene, they injected McClain with a dose of ketamine, a powerful sedative, in an attempt to revive him.
But we put him out with a carotid twice. Okay.
However, McClain suffered a heart attack on the way to the hospital and was declared brain dead several days later.
And I'm not pushing him against the wall right here. He reached for Rosie's gun, dude, so...
Following the incident, the Aurora Police Department launched an investigation into the officers' use of force, but ultimately cleared them of any wrongdoing. However, the release of the body cam footage of McClain's final moments...
Right now.
Dude, if you keep messing around, I'm going to bring my dog out. He's going to dog bite you. You understand me? Keep messing around.
Sparked widespread outrage and led to calls for justice for McClain and his family. Protests erupted in Aurora and other cities across the United States, with thousands of people taking to the streets to demand accountability for McLean's death.
Aurora Police Department. I'm just trying to get a hold of Shaneen. Mm-hmm.
In response to the public outcry, Colorado Governor Jared Polis appointed a special prosecutor to investigate McLean's death. In February 2021, the special prosecutor announced that a grand jury had indicted 3 police officers and 2 paramedics involved in McLean's arrest.
So that's great. 2 officers used body.
I'll go with you, Ward.
And subsequent treatment, with charges ranging from manslaughter and assault to official misconduct. The Aurora Police Department fired 2 of the officers involved in the incident, while the 3rd resigned.
Randy, do you need relief? No, I'm good. I'm just going to pat him down, make sure he doesn't have anything, because we haven't got to that far yet.
The paramedics who administered the ketamine to McLean were also terminated from their jobs. While some advocates have hailed these actions as a step towards justice for McLean and his family, others argue that much more needs to be done to address the systemic issues within law enforcement that allow incidents like this to occur. Police officers are supposed to serve and protect, but what happens when they abuse their power?
You.
In this video, we'll explore the shocking stories of police misconduct, including the case of a Baltimore police officer caught planting drugs on an innocent man during an arrest. The use of body cameras by law enforcement officers has become increasingly popular in recent years as a way to hold officers accountable for their actions and to improve the relationship between the police and the communities they serve.
You.
However, the incident that occurred in Baltimore, Maryland, in January 2019 showed that even with the presence of a body camera, some officers are still willing to cross the line. The incident began when police officer Richard Pinheiro and his colleagues stopped a man named Shamiri Collins on a Baltimore street. The officers searched Collins and found nothing on him, but Pinheiro's body camera footage shows him returning to the spot where Collins was stopped and pretending to discover a small bag of white pills hidden in a trash pile. Collins was arrested and charged with drug possession. But his defense attorney obtained a copy of Pinheiro's body camera footage and presented it to the prosecutor's office. Pinheiro was suspended from duty and charged with fabricating evidence, misconduct in office, and false imprisonment. The incident in Baltimore serves as a stark reminder of the importance of accountability in law enforcement.